Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 22 of November 2023. Essence. Sweet children, this is the new tree of you Brahmins. You have to look after it well and make it grow because sparrows eat a new tree. Question. Why do the new leaves that emerge on the Brahmin tree wilt? What is the reason for it and what is the solution to it? Answer. When souls don't understand the wonderful secrets of knowledge that the Father explains, they have doubts in their minds. This is why new leaves wilt and they stop studying. Very clever children are needed to explain to them. If you have any doubts about anything, ask the seniors. If you still don't receive an answer, you can ask the Father. Song, Come and Meet Us, O Beloved. Om Shanti. You children have heard this song many times. Everyone calls out to God at times of sorrow, whereas He is now sitting with you and is liberating you from all sorrow. You understand that the master of the land of happiness, the one who takes you from this land of sorrow to a land of happiness, is explaining to you. He has come and is sitting in front of you and teaching you Raja Yoga. This is not a task for a human being. You say that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, taught you Raja Yoga to change you from humans into deities. Human beings cannot change humans into deities. It didn't take God long to change humans into deities. Whose praise is this? It is Baba's praise. Deities definitely exist in the golden age. Deities do not exist at this time. Therefore, it is surely the one who creates heaven, who changes humans into deities. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the one who is called Shiva, has to come here to purify the impure. Now, how can he come? He cannot have the body of Krishna in the impure world. Human beings are confused. You children are now personally listening to him. You know the history and geography of this world. Together with the history, there is definitely also the geography. History and geography exist in the human world. There can never be any history or geography of Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar of the subtle region. That is the subtle region where there is movie, whereas here there is talkie. Baba now tells you children the history and geography of the whole world and also gives you news of the incorporeal world. He tells you everything about the three worlds. The new tree of Brahmins is now being planted. This is called a tree. Other paths and cults are not called trees. Although Christians believe that the tree of Christians is separate from this tree, they don't know that all the branches have emerged from this large tree. You have to explain how the human world is created. There are the mother and father and then the children. But they do not all emerge at the same time. 2 leaves, then 4 or 5 leaves emerge and some are eaten by sparrows. Here too sparrows eat them. This is a very small tree. Growth will take place gradually as it did in the previous cycle. You children now have so much knowledge. You are Trikaldarshi, the ones who know the 3 aspects of time, and you are Trilokinath, that is the ones who know the 3 worlds. Lakshmi and Narayan cannot be called Trilokinath or Trikaldarshi. People call Krishna Trilokinath. Those who do service will create their subjects. You have to create your heirs as well as your subjects. It should It should remain in your intellects that you are Trilokinath. These are such wonderful aspects. Some children are not able to explain accurately. And so instead of constriction, they cause restriction. They make the leaves that have emerged wilt. They make their intellects have doubts. They then stop studying. One would say that this also happened in the previous cycle, and so see this as past is past. You children have now come to know the beginning, the middle, and the end of the history and geography of the whole world. However, people say and make up many things. They write books and create plays about all sorts of things. In Bharat, they believe many to be incarnations. Bharat has sunk its own boat. You children are now salvaging the boat of Bharat in particular and the world in general. The cycle of the world continues to turn. When we are up above, hell will be down below, just as when the sun sets. People say that it goes beneath the sea. However, that doesn't really happen. They think that Dwarka sank beneath the sea. The intellects of human beings are so wonderful. You have now become so elevated. You should have so much happiness. You are winning a lottery at this time of sorrow. The deities had received it. Here, having experienced sorrow, you are now receiving limitless happiness. You have the great happiness that you are to become the masters of heaven for your future 21 births. People say that to listen to the knowledge of the Gita means to be in a satsang. There are countless satsangs, such as those of Sai Baba, etc. That is such a huge market. Whereas this is only the one shop, that of the Brahma Kumaris. Jagadamba is a mouth-born child of Brahma. Saraswati, the daughter of Brahma, is very famous. You understand that you received limitless treasures through the mother and father. You have now found that mother and father. They are giving you many treasures of happiness. Acha, who gave birth to the mother and father? Shiv Baba. We received Jews from Shiv Baba. You are his grandchildren. We are now receiving unlimited happiness from that unlimited Father through Brahma and Saraswati, the Father and Mother. That one is the bestower. This is such an easy thing. Then you have to explain how we are changing this Bharat into heaven and how we will receive the treasures of happiness there. We are servers of Bharat. We serve with our minds, bodies, and wealth. People used to help Gandhi too. You can explain what the Yadavas, the Pandavas, and the Kauravas do. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is on the side of the Pandavas. At the time of restriction, the Pandavas have loving intellects, whereas the Kauravas and the Yadavas have no love for God in their intellects. They are ones who don't believe in the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. They have put him into the pebbles and stone, etc. You do not have love for anyone except him. Therefore, you should remain very cheerful. You should have happiness from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. There are many children. Those of you who listen through the mother and father experience happiness. There is no one in the whole world as fortunate as you. However, among you two, some are multi-million times fortunate, some are 100 times fortunate, whereas others are just fortunate or even unfortunate. Those who are amazed and then run away are said to be greatly unfortunate. For one reason or another, they divorce the father. The father is very sweet. He understands that if he gives you certain instructions, you might divorce him. He explains that if you indulge in vice, you defame the name of the clan, and that if you defame the name of the clan, you will have to endure a great deal of punishment. Such a person is called one who defames the name of the Sadguru. People misunderstand this and think that it applies to their physical guru. Men also frighten their innocent wives with this. Baba, the immortal Lord, is telling you the story of immortality. Baba says, I am the teacher, the servant. Do students wash the feet of their teacher and then drink that water? Can I make my children who are to become the masters of the world wash my feet? No. The praise of that incorporeal and egoless one has been remembered. This one has also become egoless in his company. The beating of innocent ones has also been remembered. These assaults are also happened in the previous cycle. The urn of sin will become full and rivers of blood will flow. You are now claiming your unlimited kingdom with the power of yoga. You understand that you are claiming the unshakable and immovable kingdom from the Father. We will definitely become part of the Sun dynasty. Yes, courage is needed for this. Continue to check your faces to see whether there are any vices in you. If you don't understand something, you can ask the seniors and have any doubts removed. If a teacher is not able to remove your doubts, then ask Baba. As yet, there are still many things that you children have to understand. Baba will continue to explain to you for as long as you live. To answer their question, you can tell them that you are still studying and that you will ask Baba about it. Or tell them that Baba has not yet explained that point, that he will explain it in the future and they can ask about it then. Many points continue to emerge. Some ask what will happen about the war. Baba is Trikaldarshi. He can explain. However, tell them that Baba has not yet explained that aspect and that you will put in an application to him, but that it is up to him. You should free yourself in this way. Baba asked some children a question in the garden. Baba is the ocean of knowledge. So he has to dance the dance of knowledge. Acha, when Sai Baba plays the part of fulfilling everyone's desires on the path of devotion, does he think at that time that he has to go to Bharat at the confluence age and teach you children Raj Yoga and that he has to make you into the masters of heaven? Does this thought arise at that time or does it arise when it is the time for him to come? Baba thinks that there probably will not be this thought. Although this knowledge is merged in him, it will only emerge when it is the time for him to come. Just as the parts of 84 births are merged in you, it is said that God had a thought of creating a new world. That thought will come when it is the right time. He too is bound by the drama. These are very deep matters. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Night class, 13th of January 1969. When you children come and sit here, Baba asks you, children, are you remembering Sai Baba? Then, do you also remember the kingdom of the world? The name of the unlimited Father is Siva. Many different names are given to him. Because of the many languages, for example, there is a temple called Babulnath, brackets Lord of Thorns in Bombay, because he transforms thorns into flowers. There are flowers in the golden age, whereas here all are thorns. Therefore, Baba asked the spiritual children, for how long do you stay in remembrance of the unlimited Father? His name is Seva, the benefactor. The more you remember him, the more your sins of innumerable births will be absolved. There is no sin in the golden age. That is a world of pure charitable souls, whereas this is a world of sinful souls. It is the 5 vices that make you commit sin. Ravan does not exist in the golden age. He is the enemy of the whole world. At this time, it is the kingdom of Ravan over the whole world. All are unhappy and tamopradhan. This is why Baba says, "Children, remember me alone." These words are from the Gita. The Father himself says, "Renounce the consciousness of your bodies and bodily relations and remember me alone." At first, you were in relationships of happiness and you then went into bondages of Ravan. Now, once again, you have to go into relationships of happiness. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. The Father gives these teachings at the confluence age. The Father himself says, "I am the resident of the Supreme Reason. I have entered this body in order to explain to you." The Father says, "You cannot come to me without first becoming pure." Now, how will you become pure? Simply remember me. Even on the path of devotion, there were those who worshipped me alone. That is called unadulterated worship. Now I am the purifier. Therefore, remember me, and the sins of your innumerable births will be absolved. There are the sins of 63 births. Sannyasis can never teach Raj Yoga. Only the Father can teach it. In fact, all of those scriptures and devotion, etc., are for householders. Sannyasis go and sit in the jungles and remember the Brahm element. Now the Father says, "I am the one who grants salvation to all. Therefore, remember me and you will become like Lakshmi and Narayan." The aim and objective is in front of you. The more you study and teach others, the higher the status you will claim in the kingdom of deities. Alpha is the one Father. A creation cannot receive an inheritance from a creation. That is the unlimited Father, and He therefore gives the unlimited inheritance. In the golden age, you will be in salvation, whereas all the rest of the souls will have returned home. The words liberation, liberation in life, and salvation are for the land of peace and the land of happiness. You cannot go back home without having remembrance of the Father. Souls definitely have to become pure. Here, all are atheists. They do not know the Father. You have now become theists. It is said that those whose intellects have no love for God are destroyed. It is now the time for destruction. The cycle definitely has to turn. Those whose intellects have love for God become victorious. The Father explains everything in a very simple way. But Maya Ravan makes you forget. It is now the end of this old world. That is the land of immortality. There is no untimely death there. We say to the Father, "Come and take us all back with you." Therefore, He is the death of all deaths. The tree is very small in the golden age. The tree is now very big. What is the occupation of Brahma and Vishnu? Vishnu is called a deity. Brahma does not have any jewelry, etc. There is no Brahma, Vishnu, or Shankar there. The Father of humanity, Brahma, is here. You only receive visions in the subtle region. There are the corporeal, the subtle, and the incorporeal. There is movie in the subtle region. This is something to be understood. This is the Gita Pathsala where you study Raja Yoga. It is Shiv Baba who is teaching you, and so it is surely Shiv Baba who should be remembered. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good night. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1. You have received the lottery of limitless happiness at this time of sorrow. Have true love for the one Father. Remember Him and remain constantly happy. Second, become as incorporeal and egoless as Bap Dada. Have courage and conquer the vices. Claim your kingdom with your power of yoga. Blessing, may you be a karma yogi who gives the experience of a spiritual personality by remaining stable in a powerful stage while in action. You children are not just workers, but you are karma yogis and you perform every act while being yogi. Let everyone experience from you that while working with your hands, you are stable in your powerful stage. While you move along in an ordinary way or just stand somewhere, let your spiritual personality be experienced from a distance. Just as worldly personalities attract, similarly, your spiritual personality, the personality of purity and personality of a jnani and yogi soul, will automatically attract others. Slogan: those who walk along the right path and show everyone the right path are true lighthouses. Slogan: those who walk along the right path and show everyone the right path are true lighthouses. Om Shanti.